Hello everybody and welcome back to another video of Heroes of the Storm. Today we are continuing our How to Heal series and we've landed upon Ana. Pulling up the list here, you'll see that I have Ana in the burst / sustain healing category. And although this is where she's at, Ana tends, for me, I tend to feel like she just is the healer that leaves me wanting a little bit more. See, Ana trades things like perfect burst healing, stuff that, you know, Ariel and Whitemane kind of thrive at, or perfect sustain, such as Lucio and Morales. She kind of trades those things out for range. Long range. That's what Ana strives at. She's very good at hiding in the backline and never even appearing as a target to red team, despite you being very impactful in the fights by healing your team and landing in powerful anti-heals and burst healing with your W alike to turn the tide of battle. With that being said, Ana is one of my lesser played heroes, so this will be quite the video. But we're going to go ahead and hop into try mode now. I'm going to explain Ana's kit, what all of her abilities do, and the terminology we'll be using in today's video. If you already know Ana's kit and how things work, just go ahead and skip forward an extra minute or two in the video. We'll be inside the game, but for now, let's hop into try mode, and I'll show you how her kit works. Alright, we find ourselves in the try mode. We're going to go ahead and quickly run through the abilities in Ana's kit, starting off with her passive. Her passive is a two-part passive, an active and a passive part. We're going to read about the passive first. So the passive is called Strike. It is a buff to your basic attacks, where your basic attacks now apply a stack of Strike. This will deal poison damage to enemies and heal Ana for a small amount of that damage. It actually might be 60% of that damage dealt. Additionally, the stacks cap at 5 and last for 5 seconds. The active portion of this is called Aim Down Sights. For whatever reason, Aim Down Sights is 4 seconds. Blizzard, that needs change. Just make it have no cooldown, in my opinion. But you aim down sights, Ana loses some movement speed. She crouches down and gets in her ready position, aiming down the scope. And now she loses 25% movement speed, but empowers her Q and her E. What is her Q? It's called Healing Dart. A 10 mana cost 2-second cooldown that you fire in a straight line skill shot that will heal the first ally hero hit. Aiming down sights allows this to now hit up to 2 allies hit and increases the range dramatically. You see the range is going, let's see, how far can we get it? All the way to the tip of that tree. And then if we stop aiming down sights, it goes all the way to here. So that's quite the difference in between healing your allies and not. Additionally, your Q reveals areas. So you see that area got revealed? You can check bushes with your Q. Never, ever, ever face check a bush as Ana. The other ability that gets empowered by Aim Down Sights is Sleep Dart, the iconic Ana ability. It's a 50 mana cost, 14-second cooldown, straight line skill shot that deals 0 damage, but will stun an enemy and put them to sleep for 3 seconds. So send it out, boom, he's gonna sleep for 3 seconds or until he takes damage. This ability also will gain range. You can see right here, it's like at the tip of that tree. Aim Down Sights, it's a little bit further. Not quite as drastic as your Q, but still quite the increase nonetheless. And like I said, if you are aiming down sights, it increases the range and now pierces to hit up to 2 enemy heroes as well. Finally, Ana's third and final ability is Biotic Grenade. It is a 50 mana cost, 16-second cooldown that is got quite the range on it and an AoE effect. You send this out, it deals damage to enemy units and heals ally heroes hit. This healing that hits your allies will also now increase the healing Ana deals to allies with her Q, or realistically with all. The wording it says is allied heroes hit are healed for 158 health and receive 25 increased healing from Ana for 4 seconds. So really good at burst healing your allies, and additionally, all enemy heroes hit by this take damage and have their healing reduced by 100% for 1 second, 1 3/4 seconds. Enemy heroes do not survive this. It is a fantastic ability. and you can use this to spam out in team fights. The cooldown's not actually this quick, and keep your allies alive. Anyways, this intro is dragging on, so we're going to go ahead and hop into the game and hopefully have some fun. Alright, we find ourselves on the Volskaya Foundry today. Talking about our skinergy, we got this old strike skin. So way back in the day, I used to play a lot of Overwatch 1. That's actually how I got into Heroes of the Storm, due to a quest that you need to complete. But I played Ana a whole lot. She was one of my favorite healers, and this strike skin was the one I rocked before I could unlock a legendary. So in this game, it has a special place in my heart, and we got the Sleepy Cloud mount because we're putting heroes to sleep with RE and having all kinds of fun. As always, we're going to talk about the build and talents at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. We'll go more in depth and in detail as to what I'm picking and why. For now, we're more focused on what we're doing, where we're going, and why we're doing all of these things. So, as Ana, you kind of want to find this balance. You have such long range that you should never be getting engaged upon by red team, and you want to be balancing this out where... oh no. Where you are close enough to the fight that you can be effective in it. You know, healing your allies, sleeping enemies, missing all of your Qs. But also not... see if we can't sleep their tank. Not so close that you're the one getting focused. Trying to keep my ally alive there. Unfortunately, we go down 2-4-1, but not the end of the world. I missed a couple impactful Qs there that might have made the difference, but nonetheless. So something that's going to separate a good Ana from a great Ana is one who is consistently hitting 2 allies per 1 cast of her Q. So finding that good lineup of, okay, we can hit multiple allies with the Q, that'll oftentimes be quite the difference maker. And same thing, I'm keeping this range, keeping that range set so that my allies can get engaged upon, but I will not be the one engaged upon. Let's see if we can't sleep one of these heroes. Dang, I think I missed 1 or 2 Qs there. Same thing, not keeping my ally alive is an unfortunate thing. For the most part, though, Ana has no way to protect herself. Good boop by the enemy team's tank. We're kind of just letting Tychus do his thing. We'll land a sleep. And unfortunately, Tychus into tanks, letting him do his thing is a big no-no, especially with the medic. ETC's boops are continuously helping red team survive. We're just going to tap, maybe a little bit of a wasted tap. Nonetheless, we are continue to do our best. I'm sending on a sleep because I was a little bit afraid ETC might try to engage upon my ally. He did not, though, thankfully. A little bit behind on XP as a team in a whole, but you can see my healing numbers are very good. The issue, though, with this, like, despite my healing numbers being very good, I have sacrificed almost all of my damage in this game to have higher healing numbers. And even still, our healing numbers are not... or not that they're not as impactful as medics, but in gotta sleep that hero so my allies can hopefully walk away. I didn't think we'd wake him up and I could get my Healy bomb on there. I don't even think we saved this ally. Oh, Genji didn't want to play. Sweet. All right. Well, we'll base here because our Gul'dan is dead. We'll reset for this. And one thing that Ana loves is grouped fights. Because she's able to land that super impactful ability, your Biotic Grenade, on multiple heroes. She likes landing that on allies and enemies alike in big group team fights. Huge hook by Stitches, by the way. Well played by him. I'm a little bit too far from my allies. There's the anti-heal coming in very big for my allies. I'm saving my E. So your E is quite an interesting ability. It is an ability that... let's just full heal all my allies. It's an ability that can be used in so many different ways. You know, you can use it aggressively to try to set up a easy kill on top of an enemy hero. You know, if you have a lot of mages, then, you know, like KTZs, Jaina's, things like that, who are burst mages, having a sleeping target makes it so much easier to land your spells. We'll sleep that. try to sleep that hero. A little bit of a waste because now that's on a 12-second, 14-second cooldown. I won't be able to save any of my allies from the danger that is inbound on top of them. Kira trying to do what she can, but 5 enemy heroes on top of her. Won't be able to get much more done. We land a sleep to help friendly team disengage. There's a big hook, unfortunately, onto the tankier player for red team. I'll tap here as well. Trying to heal my allies. We're going to go ahead and sleep that Nazebo, just to slow down red team a little bit. When Stitches gets that longer range on his hook, I will be a very excited hero. There's the sleep. Unfortunately, same thing as before, not enough. And I kind of mentioned this, I will admit, I redid my intro a couple of times. In one of my intros, I mentioned Ana is a hero who leaves me wanting more. And that's kind of how I feel. You know, I've been very, not the best, but I've been rather consistent with landing these heal darts in general. And my healing is just on par with their healer. You know, slightly ahead, but for the amount of work we are putting in, it's not quite equating the healing I feel like it should be. Making sure these allies are healthy. And unfortunately, like I said before, we are really sacrificing our heroic damage for the range and healing support we can offer our allies. Heal this ally up one more time. Need to be going into aim down sights. I mentioned before, I hate that this ability is on such a long cooldown. There's that long of a cooldown for zero reason. We gotta walk like a normal hero. Oh, why are you going back in? Eep. Hopefully friendly team notices I am out of mana. We're gonna ping that for them and leave. With that being said though, Ana's Q is such a short cooldown, low mana cost ability that there is zero reason your allies should not be topped off in between fights at all times. Because it's just such an easy ability to hit your allies with. It can be so impactful to have your allies at full HP, and there's no downside to it. Besides costing, what, 5 mana every time you use it? It's like a ridiculous amount. Unfortunately, I went into aim down sights a little bit earlier than I should have. We did land the sleep there. Not enough to save both my allies, maybe just the Stitches player. A good hook on top of their healer. Unfortunately, we don't have our 10s yet, and red team is not being focused at all, which is even better for one of the best sustained healers in the game, with that being Morales. So I think as long as we start focusing the right heroes, this game will go much better, but we have been getting wrecked thus far. There's the sleep. Unfortunately, silly stinking tower wakes up my Gul'dan. We do have the healing to keep him alive for a moment. But if red team keeps chilling here, I don't know how much longer that moment will last. Same thing, I'm finding this space where reducing that healing. Huge. Well done by Gul'dan. We will lose our building, but a small price to pay, I suppose. We got our 10s now. I'm actually going to go Eye of Horus. Can we sleep dart? We don't quite land it. I'm very much afraid, because if they want, yeah, we'll just ult for here. Make sure my allies are full on HP. Actually a really good fight. We hit our 10s. We bursted down a hero. That's what we like to see. You can stay. Sweet. But both ults are very good. I think on the surface, the other ult sounds a little bit better. Nano boost. But Eye of Horus, in actual practice, I found that it just works better for me, like, as a generalized ability. Hopefully Kira's able to pick up this kill. Oh, he misses his jump. He has 2 of them, though, unfortunately. So we're not quite able to get everything we wanted done. He is getting healed up very nicely. We're going to look for the sleep dart on... We only get it on 1, but that's enough for us to capture this. Eep! I don't have my abilities up. We're going to look for an Eye of Horus here. They try to protect that Sonya player who's getting very low. Unfortunately, she gets taken down. We're going to try to protect whatever allies need it, as well as hitting their healer with that ult as well. Maybe we can get a kill on top of their low HP hero. He's walking out, and now our Stitches is the hero in trouble. A lot going on that fight. After all of that, we ended up going 1 for 1 in the hero department. Can I cancel that? Alright, the sleep dart does land, but I am completely out of mana. Sorry for shouting. I hope it didn't hurt your ears. We're gonna have to stick around to try to save this hero, aren't we? That's the best I got. Hopefully friendly team realizes that I don't have mana. I don't have a way to be super impactful in this fight other than trying to line up those double heals. ETC. Oh, making me miss on those impactful abilities. I maybe could have tapped and things would have gone better. But that wasn't in the books for this run. Oh my god, they're still in there. There's the heal. With the movement speed is pretty good. We're going to ping that I am out of mana for my team by holding down ult. She's still in there. Please run. I do have my R to protect her. It is a global ult. So if they absolutely need it, we can do that. We'll ping it for them. We got to get there, though, to cancel out this mosh pit, which I'm sure will be coming soon. Thankfully, my allies get it done, though, without my help. I need to be just pressing these abilities to get in this fight sooner. We have mounted up. We are on the way. We're watching the range on our W. Sleeping that hero. Huge. Not quite enough. But we at least stopped him with a big W. See how impactful that W was? We need to stay on this objective quickly. We're going to stop aiming down sights just to make sure we get on top of it. I will park myself on here all day long. Unfortunately, we did lose one ally. 2 because they fought off at the point, and now with Tychus Medic alive, we are 100% doomed. Unless, for whatever reason, red team abandons their healer, and we're able to get something done. No, I'm missing my heals left and right. There's some movement speed for you, buddy. That's all I got is some movement speed. There's the sleep dart. Wake him with caution. Red team did get that protector. We're somehow not losing heroes here. Gotta aim down sights. Because we gotta, once again, we gotta find that range of that happy little median. You know, where we are safe. We need to sleep that cow ASAP, or our Stitches is dead. But finding that range where my allies are getting engaged upon, not me, because I can save my allies. We need to just ult here. You can press W early. Press W during your ult to cancel it early, I should say. Friendly team is diving in deep, which that is one of Ana's biggest weaknesses. Is heroes who dive a little too deep. You know, she can deal with some dive, but once it gets too deep, things get a little rough. Because not only is it hard for Ana to keep up with her allies because of that reduced movement speed, but it's also difficult for Ana to be protected from her allies. Because once your allies go so deep, then Genji's just free to roam the backline, and then you're screwed. I should have gone bottom. We don't have my ult for another few seconds. We'll ping them on our way. Never mind, they don't even need me. Absolutely killing it. There's a sleep. I don't know how much that gets done. Oh, we're ulting him. We'll reduce some healing. I've been using my W's to heal my allies in 90% of the scenarios in this game. But it is a great tool to use to I don't know why I'm wasting my sleep dart like that. Everyone in the building knew it was happening. Yeah, knew that mosh pit was coming soon. Hopefully I'm able to walk out of here just fine. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look for the sleep, and then we missed the sleep, but we're gonna ult this anyway. I cannot lose my Sonya. And she's been doing so much good for my allies. We'll send out a sleep. We hit it on 2 of those enemy heroes, getting us a massive opportunity to kill the Genji and their healer, which we get done. We take advantage of that very nicely. I got to make sure that my hero player will be safe. Huge burst healing. It helps that my friendly team is filled with allies who heal themselves. Every single one of them have a way to heal themselves. Dropping that emitter might have been beneficial during that fight, but we managed to survive without it. And you can see the healing numbers. The healing numbers this game, I'm doubling Morales. Doubling Morales is crazy. And not only that, their Tychus, their top damage dealer by a mile, who's pummeling into our tanks, has been effectively useless because my healing number is greater than his damage number. That's a fun little way I like to look at things. It's like, I've effectively knocked out all of his damage and all of her damage off of the numbers I've healed. Oh, we whiff. Sometimes on Ana, I'll miss like 2 or 3 shots in a row. And then I'll like keep missing them no matter what happens. And I just need my allies to stand still to get my confidence back. We do have Eye of Horus. I'm watching for that mosh pit, which we're able to cancel with our... We're going to ult this. For the damage, mainly. That was the main reason we ulted that. Really well done there by our Kira player, getting us effectively a double kill. Oh, she's barely out of range of my Qs. That's really unfortunate. We do land the sleep. I was hoping for the Stitch's hook, but I think the hero was a little bit behind the wall. Too much behind the wall. We finally are getting some siege in this game. Red team has been pretty dominant in the siege department, but we killed middle lane just a moment ago, and now we are huge. Ooh, okay. Make sure to hold my anti-heal to hit both of those heroes, which reduced a lot of healing that fight. I'm going to stand on the point because we need somebody too, and hopefully my allies are smart enough not to die to an ETC under tower. Ping that I got to heal, but it's right there. That's kind of the range we got to work with. All right, but because of my R, my allies can be very healthy heroes. We'll ping danger for them as I don't have Eye of Horus any longer. But they're continuing to push. This objective's continuing to tick. It's up to 80%. I really hope that can finish soon here, because that Tychus and ETC will revive, and friendly team is losing heroes. Maybe she walks out. I think she did. Yes, the Sonya player barely makes it out alive. I need to be here to protect my allies. You know, heal them up. They could be doing a lot better if I was able to have them at full HP. Maybe they'll just hop in. Can I get one? Try to push them away a little bit. Really good hook gorge combo by our Stitches player. We do have a hero inside of this protector. I probably should just be dealing damage to the buildings, right? Or healing my allies, one or the other. The Tychus scares me. That's why I haven't been. So we're saving our W for the Tychus as we whiff it. I'm going to hop out just for a moment to heal this ally. And then we're going to hop back in. Maybe we can kill Tychus here. Really well done. The second I can get out of this protector, I'm going to get out of this protector. Okay. Hopefully he understands that I can keep them alive. Oh, was looking for the sleep. We missed it. Sonya's doing the Lord's work in the top lane, by the way. And I have my R to protect her if we need to. Maybe that sleep lands? Oh, yeah. Oh, get wrecked, nerd. And we can heal up our ally a little bit. That stagger kill is big, and I think it was worth it if we're able to... Because we might be able to just end the game now. Same thing, we're sitting far enough back that we can heal our allies. Far enough back that we can heal our allies, but not close enough that red team's going to be engaging upon me. We want to show them, hey, you want to fight something? Go fight these heroes. And that's Ana. That's how to heal Ana. You can see our healing numbers are insane when stacked up against red team's damage numbers. Blocking out, what, like 3 heroes total damage is absolutely lovely. No deaths because we never gave red team that opportunity to come close enough to us that they'd be able to kill us. And that's the real beauty of Ana, is you're so impactful, and as the game goes on, you get so much great healing. 30% of teams total damage healed. We're not going to go ahead and hop out of the game so I can explain the build we went, the talents, so you two can play along at home. Now, the build I went is my standard build. Excuse me. My standard build that I go in almost all of my games. So, with that being said, there are other builds you can go that better players can utilize better. But it takes a little bit more skill and a little bit more team coordination to work out, whereas this is just great in most scenarios. So the build we went was at level 1, contact healing. This is the big one. This is what makes Ana so great at those grouped team fights. Almost every team fight that breaks out in Heroes of the Storm is going to have 3 or more heroes fighting in a melee range. Contact healing, it increases the damage and healing your W deals by 30% per hero hit. That's why we were able to get such great amplified healing on our allies. And not only that, this also increases Ana's self-healing. One of the things that she lacks significantly is keeping herself at full HP, which she needs for whenever that Genji is going to try to dive on top of her. Well, you press your contact healing near 2 of your backline mages, and you get healed for a huge little bit of burst. Then we go for Biotic Enhancement. If you can't tell, this is a W build. Biotic Enhancement increases the bonus healing duration of Biotic Grenade by 50%. We don't really care about that part. That's just like the bonus part. The real reason we're picking this is because it reduces your W's cooldown by 3 seconds. That's big whenever your W is being so impactful. Being able to burst heal your allies, burst damage the enemies, and the big one, reduce their healing is insane, especially on someone like ETC with Prog Rock. Tychus went for that in the rhythm. You know, most Nazibos have a way to heal if they're going for a spider build. So and then obviously Medic will keep them alive. Having that W up more often will really impact the fight. Then we went for Anti-Healer at level 7. Same thing with this one. The second part we don't really care about. The duration of the healing reduction is increased by 3/4 of a second. That's like nice. But the main reason we're picking Anti-Healer at level 7 is it increases the area of your Biotic Grenade by 25%, making it 25% larger. Meaning you can hit it, maybe instead of only hitting 3 heroes with it, you're now hitting 4 or 5 heroes, increasing, synergizing with that level 1 talent, making that burst healing just that much better. At level 10, as I mentioned before, on the surface, Nano Boost sounds so good and just seems like the almighty way to winning. But in my experience, in practice, Eye of Horus should be picked more so like 70% of your games, and Nano Boost only 30, roughly. And that's because Eye of Horus is so strong. It's a global ultimate, so it changes your team dynamic by having the ability to have 2 heroes in the same place at once. It is a low cooldown, only 60 seconds, meaning you can spam this out in between team fights and objectives and still have it up for those team fights and objectives. And it is an ability that heals allies and damages enemies, meaning it's a 2-way factor. Being able to pierce heal your whole team and pierce damage the whole enemy team is so impactful, and I cannot stress how strong this ability is. I used it late in the game to get a pick on the Nazeebo, completely shutting down enemy team from even wanting to come out of their base and contest us, because instead of it being a 3 or 4 versus 5, it was only going to be a 2v5, which is obviously suicide. Then we went for Speed Serum at level 13. Level 13 is kind of where you get your pick and choose what your team needs talent here. But I find I just go Speed Serum almost every game unless they really have some like absurd amount of slows and stuns. This game, they had ETC stun. So Smelling Salts wasn't even going to be beneficial in my opinion. Whereas Speed Serum, giving your allies 25% movement speed allows them to dodge abilities easier. It allows them to chase down enemies easier and run away from danger easier. It's just such a great generalized pick that really enhances Ana's gameplay, but the tiny downside to it is it makes it a little more difficult to land consecutive Qs on allies because they're moving that much faster. Then, Active Reload at level 16. Ana gets a second ult at level 16 for free. Activate to instantly gain 3 charges of your healing dart, which means if you press your Q button, then press your 1 button and spam your Q button, you get 4 burst heals on your allies. That is massive because you are able to change the tide of a fight by pressing your contact healing in a group team fight and active reloading on top of your allies. And if they're somehow not alive, still getting low, you can save them with your ult. And at level 20, you pretty much pick up whatever ult upgrade is available unless you're doing some really crazy build. Deadeye just makes that ability that I explained to you that's so strong, Eye of Horus, so much better. I was going to say 100% better, but technically it's only 5% better. So if you don't know how this ability works, it increases Eye of Horus's healing and damage by 5% for every hero hit. This bonus resets after all shots of your ult are fired. So the burst healing and burst damage you can use with this is insane. I've stacked this up to be able to deal over 1,000 damage on the enemy team's heroes with 2 or 3 shots. It's a disgusting amount that, like I said, just changes that already strong ult into a crazier ultimate ability. I think we used it to save Sonya as I was capping the objective later in the game. Some honorable mentions, like I said, 13, you can go Smelling Salts or Purifying Darts if they have slows or stuns. And had you gone for Nano Boost at 10, you would have gone for Nano Infusion at 20. The other build you can go that's pretty impactful is like Sleep Dart build, where you just pretty much pick all the Sleep Darts available, Overdose, Night Terrors. Do not sleep, ironically, no pun intended, on Debilitating Dart. It's a 20-second cooldown that reduces the hero's, that fires just like your Sleep Dart, that reduces an enemy hero's movement speed and damage by 50% for 5 seconds. And this cooldown is reduced if you miss it. So it's a really strong ability that I find doesn't quite fit on his kit super well. You know, we talked about a lot in our How to Bruise series about playing into a hero's strength. If you're picking Ana, you're picking her for the range and the safety. You should never really be so close that you have to be picking and choosing the target to get Debilitating Dart with. But in the event that you're, facing a Butcher or a very telegraphed hero, this is a super strong ability. Don't sleep on it. Anyways, this video is kind of dragging on. So, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I've been having a lot of fun, making this How to Heal series. If you haven't already, please do not forget to leave a comment. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.